Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Student, as you all know that because of the current situation of our country, we are now again conducting the online classes. You people know that we have already completed the syllabus, but the purpose of conducting these online classes is to provide the revision of those topics in which students provide the revision. These online classes to provide the revision of those topic in which students are facing a lot of problem and they consider it difficult. Now move ahead towards our first chapters of revision, which is reproduction in plant. Now open your book of science, page number 16, reproduction in plant. Okay. Now, what is reproduction? First of all, in reproduction in plant, we have to know that what is reproduction. What is reproduction? It is a biological process by which new individual offsprings are produced from their parents. Means it is a biological, ये एक biological process है in which new individual offsprings means new plants form हो जाते हैं by their parents. ठीक है. So the what is the main reproductive organ in plant? प्लांट का मेन रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन कौन सा है? सो द मेन रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन ऑफ प्लांट इज main reproductive organ of plant is flower. Flower is the main reproductive organ of plant. Plant के अंदर जो main reproductive organ होता है जिसके अंदर reproduction का process होता है it is flower. So flower is the main reproductive organ of the plant. So first of all, in this chapter we have to focus on the parts of flower. What are the parts of flower? There are some parts of flower, 3-4 parts of flower, which help them to reproduce new plant. Okay, so first part of a flower is sepal. What is sepal? Sepal is like this. This is sepal. It is a part of plant which help plant to protect. जो प्लांट को प्रोटेक्शन देता है, जो फ्लावर को विच हेल्प फ्लावर टू प्रोटेक्ट, जो फ्लावर को प्रोटेक्शन देता है कि किस तरह फ्लावर प्रोटेक्ट रहे, इसकी पेटल्स एंथर फिलामेंट्स किस तरह प्रोटेक्ट रहे, इसको कहते हैं सेपल. So sepal is the protection of flower, protecting part of a flower. Next part is petals. We all know that all flowers are brightly colored. So the colored which part the flower which part is colored, on flower the part which are colored brightly colored are petals. So petals are brightly colored part of the flower which help insects to attract. Without attraction reproduction is not possible in flowers. Okay, now third part of a flower is stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive organ. ठीक है, male reproductive organ of the flower is stamen. Without stamen the process of reproduction does not take place. ठीक है, तो स्टेमेन इज द मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन ऑफ प्लांट. स्टेमेन कंसिस्ट ऑफ 2 पार्ट्स. स्टेमेन्स जो है आगे 2 पार्ट्स में कंसिस्ट होते हैं. स्टेमेन कंसिस्ट ऑफ 2 पार्ट्स विच आर एंथर एंड फिलामेंट. Stamen consists of 2 parts which are anther and filament. Okay, anther and filament look like this. These are anther, this is anther, and this is filament. This is anther and this is filament. These 2 parts are the male reproductive organ. कंसिस्ट ऑफ मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन. मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन का मेन नेम जो है वो है स्टेमेन. स्टेमेन इज द मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन विच कंसिस्ट ऑफ 2 पार्ट्स. स्टेमेन जो है वो कंसिस्ट होते हैं 2 पार्ट्स में विच इज एंथर एंड फिलामेंट. ठीक है, एंथर और फिलामेंट इस तरह से बने हुए होते हैं. अगर एंथर एंड फिलामेंट इस तरह से बने हुए होते हैं. एंथर एंड फिलामेंट के बाद अब नेक्स्ट पार्ट आ गया हमारे पास फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन. नाउ फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन है हमारे पास कार्पेल. कार्पेल इज द फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन ऑफ फ्लावर. व्हाट हैपन इन कार्पेल? कार्पेल इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 पार्ट्स. जैसे स्टेमेन इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 2 पार्ट्स, सो कार्पेल इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 पार्ट्स विच इज स्टिग्मा, स्टाइल एंड ओवरी. कार्पेल इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 पार्ट विच इज स्टिग्मा, स्टाइल एंड ovary. Okay, this is the female reproductive organ, female reproductive part of flower in which pollen grain stick into the stigma. ठीक है. अच्छा, अब एक बात ज़रूरी बात यहाँ पे आ गई कि what is pollen grain. pollen grain क्या होता है? what is pollen grain? Pollen grains are the gametes. What are gametes? Pollen grain are the cells, male cells, which are formed in anther. Okay, pollen grain are the male cells which are formed in the anther. Anther के पास form होता है. pollen grain anther के पास यहाँ पे हमारे पास form होता है. Here pollen grain are formed upper side of the anther which is the male nucleus, means male cell of the plant है. Okay, male cell body of the flower है. Now how these are the part of flowers. Number 1 sepal, number 2 petals, number 3 stamen, number 4 carpel. On what is sepal? What is the function of sepal? Sepal is the protection of flower. The base which protect the flower to stand upright in the position is known as sepal. Sepal का काम क्या होता है? प्लांट को, फ्लावर को प्रोटेक्ट करना, वो सीधा खड़ा रहे अपने. ठीक है. Now next is petal. What is petal? Petal is a brightly colored part which help to attract insects. Brightly colored part होते हैं जो help करते हैं insects को attract करने में. Okay. Now next part is stamen. What is stamen? Stamen is the male reproductive organ. Stamen consists of 2 parts, anther and filament. Okay, anther and filament. Next part is carpel. Carpel is a female reproductive organ which consists of 3 different parts. Number 1 is stigma, number 2 is style, and number 3 is ovary. Stigma, style and ovary. So male reproductive organ, anther and filament, and female reproductive organs are stigma, style and ovary. ठीक है, done. Now these are the parts of flower. Now how reproduction take place? अब हमारे पास आ गया मेन क्वेश्चन कि how reproduction take place. reproduction किस तरह take place होती है? How reproduction take place? Reproduction take place by the process of pollination, fertilization, germination, These are the three main processes by which reproduction take place. Okay, these are the three main processes by which reproduction take place. How reproduction take place. Reproduction take place by the process of pollination. Number second, fertilization. After fertilization, seed formation. Then germination. These are the four main processes of reproduction. Without these processes, reproduction does not take place in plants. Okay. Now, our first main topic of this chapter is pollination. First step of reproduction, first main topic or first step of reproduction is pollination. What happened in pollination? What happened in pollination? It is the first step of reproduction in which transfer of pollen grain take place. It is the first step of reproduction in which transfer of pollen grain take place. From anther to stigma. Okay, in pollination, pollen grain can be transferred from male reproductive part anther to female reproductive part stigma. ठीक है? Pollination means transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. Done? Okay. From anther to stigma. Usually, these pollen grain usually carried by insects or by wind. ये pollen grain किस तरह carried होते हैं? Anther to stigma किस तरह carried होते हैं? By the help of insects and wind. Okay, this is a process of pollination. Now, pollination can be divided into two parts, as we all know that pollination is divided into two parts, which is self-pollination and cross-pollination. Pollination is divided into two parts, which is self-pollination and cross-pollination. In self-pollination, what happened in self-pollination? In self-pollination, transfer of pollen grain is deposit on its own stigma. Okay, what happened in self-pollination? Transfer of pollen grain is deposit on its own stigma, means same flower. Transfer हो गया pollen grain, deposit pollen grain stigma, transfer of pollen grain. Transfer of pollen grain is deposit on its own stigma, means same flower का जो है pollen grain जो है anther से stigma पे transfer हो गया. Okay, this is known as self-pollination. Now, what is cross-pollination? What happened in cross-pollination? In cross-pollination, transfer of anther, transfer of pollen grain from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. ठीक है? What is cross-pollination? Transfer of pollen grain from anther of one flower to another flower. Okay, these are the two types of pollination, self pollination and cross pollination. In self pollination, pollen grain is transferred in its own flower, मतलब सेम फ्लावर का pollination एंथर से विंड के थ्रू जो है वो टूट के उसके स्टिग्मा पे जाके स्टिक हो जाता है, उसको कहते हैं सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. नंबर 2 इज क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. इन क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन, ट्रांसफर ऑफ pollen grain from anther of one flower to the anther of another flowers, means two different flowers एक फ्लावर के एंथर से नेक्स्ट सेकेंड फ्लावर के स्टिग्मा में जाके स्टिक होने को क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन कहते हैं. ओके, डन. दिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ पॉलिनेशन. सो आफ्टर पॉलिनेशन, next step in the reproduction cycle is fertilization. What happen in fertilization? What happen in fertilization? It is fusion of male and female reproductive cells. After pollination, fertilization take place. In fertilization, male and female reproductive cells fused or joined together. Fusion means join together. Okay, so fertilization के process में क्या होता है, मेल एंड फीमेल सेल एंथर टू स्टिग्मा के अंदर जो pollen grain जाते हैं, तो pollen grain contain male cells and stigma contain female cells. So male and female reproductive cells join together in fertilization. ठीक है, in this process fusion of male and female cells take place. ठीक है, this is the process of fertilization. What happened in pollination? In pollination, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma take place. After pollination, fertilization start. In fertilization, fusion of male and female reproductive cells happen. ठीक है, on when fusion of male and female reproductive cell happen, what happen next? After fusion, this cell goes down towards the ovary which contain ovule. In ovule, the process of seed formation start to begin. Seed का formation, seed बनने का जो process होता है वो start हो जाता है. Seed formation start हो जाती है. कहाँ पे start होती है? After fertilization, when male and female reproductive cells fuse together, sorry, they go downwards to the ovary which contain ovule. In ovule, the formation of seed take place. In formation of seed, ovule develop into, what happened in formation of seed? Ovule develop into seed. Okay, So each seed contain 4 parts. Each seed contain 4 parts. Number 1 part is seed coat. Second is food store. Third is embryo root. And fourth is embryo shoot. After the ovule have been fertilized, most of the flowers wither or die. Okay. After fertilization, seed formation take place. In seed formation, ovule develop into seed, which consist of 4 parts. Number 1 seed coat, number 2 food store, number 3 embryo root, and number 4 is embryo shoot. What happened in embryo? What is seed coat? Seed coat is a main coat of the seed which help in the formation of seed. After seed coat, food store is made. What is food store? What happened in food store? Food store contain all the foods, all the special important minerals, and all the important minerals in it which help plants to reproduce. Okay, now after food store, embryo root and embryo shoot start to form. In embryo root, what happened in embryo root? These are the smallest branch of small branch of root and small branch of shoot which help plant to grow in next process. Okay, in next process, what happened in next process? After seed formation, the process of germination take place. My spelling. After seed formation, the process of germination take place. In germination, what happened in germination? What happened in germination? In germination, the seed grow into new plants with the help of suitable temperature, water, and oxygen. Okay, what happened in germination? Germination is the new stage of plant in which growth take place. How growth take place? ग्रोथ अब कैसे जो है ग्रोथ होना शुरू हो जाती है सीड की. आफ्टर सीड कोट, जब वो सीड जो है प्लांट अपने पास से निकाल देता है, नीचे गिरा देता है, तो फिर सीड कोट जर्मिनेशन का प्रोसेस शुरू होता है. जर्मिनेशन का प्रोसेस कैसे शुरू होता है? सॉइल कंटेन सीड. अब सॉइल अपने अंदर सीड ले लेती है. आफ्टर सीड, जैसे ही सॉइल के अंदर सीड जाती है, तो न्यू स्टेज ऑफ प्लांट take place in which growth take place. How growth take place? Embryo root, embryo shoot start to form. Embryo root form inside the soil and embryo shoot form outside the soil. So in germination, first process is embryo root and embryo shoot take food from the food store and start to form. How is it start to from embryo root start inside the soil, start to from inside the soil, and embryo shoot start to from outside the soil. After formation of embryo root and embryo shoot, seed coat become more tough, and this seed coat is divided into two parts which break up into a new plant. Okay, you can see the process of germination with the help of diagram in your book 2, in your book page number 22. New root, how new root and shoot form, and how new leaves form after the formation of root and shoot. You can see on page number, book page number 22. Okay. So what are the main things by which seed need to germinate? How seed, what condition, what things seed need to germinate? So there are 3 or 4 more most important things for seed which need to germinate. Number 1 is water. Second is oxygen. Number 3 is suitable temperature. These are the 3 things by which help seed to germinate in good condition: water, oxygen, and temperature. Okay. Now here our chapter reproduction in plant by its 4 important process is complete. Okay, now I am giving you the short review of this chapter, then I will give you one question, homework question, which you guys do in your copy. Okay, which copy? In your new copy which you have buy from shop, 5 rupees or 10 rupees. Okay, now get a review, short review of this chapter. Most important thing, what is reproduction? What is reproduction? It is a biological process by which new individual offsprings are produced from their parents. So reproduction क्या है? It is a पूरा biological process है by which new individual offspring मतलब new baby plants are formed. How baby plants are formed? By their parents. So in reproduction we are studied about the how baby plants are formed by the help of their parents. Reproduction are of 2 types. Number 1, sexual and asexual. In reproduction process, the process of new individual offsprings produced by parents, these are the sexual reproduction process. ठीक है? By the help of sexual reproduction, in sexual reproduction both male and female parent are required for new offspring, for making of new offspring. This is a sexual reproduction process in which new individual offsprings are produced from their parents. Okay, now what is the main reproductive organ of plant? What is the main reproduction or reproductive organ in plant? In plant, flower is the main reproductive organ. In plant, flower is the main reproductive organ. There are some parts of flower which play an important role in the reproduction of plant. Number 1 is sepal. What happens in sepal? Sepal is the protection base of a flower. ठीक है? Sepal is the protecting base of a flower. What happens in sepal? Sepal कुछ कोई काम नहीं करता. सेपल सिर्फ फ्लावर को प्रोटेक्ट करता है ताकि फ्लावर जो है अपना रिप्रोडक्शन का प्रोसेस सही से परफॉर्म कर सके. ओके, आफ्टर सेपल नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज पेटल. Minahil, I will discuss after 5 minutes. homework. Okay, and petal, what happened in petals? Petal is the next part. Petal are brightly colored part which attract insect. Okay, जो कलर पार्ट होता है फ्लावर में उसको कहते हैं पेटल, जो इंसेक्ट्स को अट्रैक्ट करने के काम आता है. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज स्टेमेन. स्टेमेन is the male reproductive part of the flower. Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. And stamen is divided into two more part. Which two more part? Anther and filament. Anther and filament is a part of stamen, male reproductive part of the flower. Okay. Now next part is carpel. Carpel is a female reproductive part of a flower. In carpel is divided into three parts. Number 1 is stigma, number 2 is style, and number 3 is ovary. Stigma, style, and ovary. Now, how reproduction take place? Now our next topic of this chapter is how reproduction take place. Reproduction किस तरह take place होते हैं? Reproduction take place by the help of 4 main processes. What are these 4 main processes? These 4 main processes are pollination, fertilization, seed formation, and germination. ठीक है? So what happened in pollination? In pollination, transfer of pollen grain take place. In pollination, transfer of pollen grain take place. After pollination, fertilization, the process of fertilization start. In fertilization, fusion of male and female reproductive cells start. Okay, फ्यूजन ऑफ मेल और रिप्रोडक्टिव सेल्स स्टार्ट हो जाती है. फ्यूजन मतलब मेल और रिप्रोडक्टिव सेल ज्वाइन हो जाते हैं आपस में. ज्वाइन होने के बाद आगे वो कहाँ पे ट्रांसफ़र हो जाते हैं? ओव्यूल्स के अंदर. ओव्यूल्स कहाँ पे होते हैं? ओवरीज के अंदर. फ्यूजन ऑफ मेल एंड फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव और सेल्स स्टार्ट टू फॉर्म. आफ्टर फ्यूजन, ovule collect these cells and form a seed and form a structure of seed. And the structure of seed, what 4 things are formed? Seed coat, food store, embryo root, and embryo shoot. Okay. बेटा pollen grains, मोहम्मद मुबीन, pollen grains जो है वो मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सेल्स जिस पार्ट्स के अंदर होते हैं उसको pollen grain कहते हैं. एंथर कंटेन pollen grain. एंथर जो पार्ट होता है मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन का पार्ट जो एंथर होता है, इस तरह से एंथर कंटेन pollen grain in which male reproductive cells are formed. Okay. Okay, seed formation. Ovule develop into seed. Each seed contain 4 parts: seed coat, food store, embryo root, and embryo shoot. Okay, after formation of seed, germination take place. In germination, new plants are start to form. This is a review of today's class. Now, what is your homework? Your homework is you have to take any rough copy of small pages, some pages in which you have to explain reproduction, explain reproduction in plants, of plant, in sequence means each process should be written separately. Okay, you have to explain the reproduction of plant in sequence. Which sequence? First sequence is pollination. After pollination, what happened in fertilization? After fertilization, how seed form? After formation of seed, what happened in germination? These are the sequence of reproduction in plant. You have to write all the explanation in summary form. Okay, now today's class is over, and Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine and doing well. Students, as you know all that because of the current pandemic situation of the country, we are now again conducting the online classes. You people know that we have already completed the syllabus, but the purpose of conducting these online classes is to provide you a revision of those topics in which students are facing a lot of problems and they considered it a difficult topic. Now, move ahead towards our first topic, which is letter writing. It means today we are going to learn what is letter writing. So beta, letter writing is the exchange of written or print message. It means whenever the message is transferred or delivered or sent in the form of printed paper, or you can say that if the message is in hard copy, it is not in soft copy, so this is called what? A letter. And if your message is in soft copy, so this is called what? An email. Okay, so this is the difference between letter and email. So basically the letter writing has two types. One is formal, and the other form is, or other type is, informal. So how many types of letter writing is? One is formal and the other is informal. Formal letters. So first of all we are going to learn that what are formal letters. Formal letters are those kind of letters which are written to, or which are normally which kind of letter? Business letter, or these kind of letters are written to one company to another, and not only the company, it can be a letter of request that can be sent to any organization while we are facing any kind of problem. Let's suppose if we are writing a letter to the department of electric, so this is also a kind of formal letter when we are writing writing towards the higher authority of K electric. So this is also a kind of request letter, or we are formally writing it. So this document or this letter is included in the category or in the part of formal letter. So any organization, and what is the purpose of these kind of business letter or request letters? Sometimes to sort out the problems while we are writing some request, and most of the time business letters are written while we are dealing with our customers, when the companies are dealing with their customers. So these are called what? Formal letters. Okay, and what are informal letters? All those letters which are written to stop chatting with each other beta and focus on the lecture. This is the very important part of the online classes where you can learn more and you can revise all those topics which are creating difficulties for you. Okay, so focus on the lecture. So informal kind of letters are those letters which are written to your close one. Okay, so these kind of letters are written to your close one. Okay, they can be, the close one can be your friends, member of your family, they can be your relatives, etc. Okay, so in these kind of letters we are using the informal or personal tone while we are talking to each other. Here we are not so much formal while we are talking with each other. Okay, so the language is not bounded over here. We can share our thoughts, our feelings over here, but in the formal kind of letter we are not going to share our feelings, our thoughts, our experiences. Here we can make the request, here we can place the order, here we can deal the customers. Thus this is the difference between the formal kind of letter or informal kind of letter. So I must suggest you, beta, it is really very easy to learn the informal category. It means while we learn the informal category, so it would be easy to remember the rest of the things. L- I mean to say that if you learn that informal kind of letters are written to your friends, family, relatives, it means the rest of all the letters or the applications, all the business letter will include in the category of formal letter. Okay, so the application that you are writing to your principal in your school is also included in the category of formal letter. As you know, and as I had told you, that these are the two types of letters, so it means that they have some different pattern for writing as well. Okay, so now in today's lecture we will learn that how we can write the formal kind of letter and informal kind of letter. Most of the students said that we are facing a lot of problems when we are writing the application. So in today's lecture I will guide you first the format or pattern of informal letter, then we will discuss the format of formal letter. Okay, so let's move towards the uh, informal kind of letter. Now we are focusing on informal letter. In this category, there are so many things, that are so many categories of informal letters, or for so many components you can say of informal letter. So first thing is that address. The first thing is that address. Number 2, greetings. Greetings can be named as salutation. So we can say that greeting or salutation. Number 3, the introduction. Introduction or introduction paragraph. Number 4, body of letter. Then we have name of the sender. Okay, these 6 things are necessary components while we are writing the letter or informal kind of letter. So when we are writing a letter, let's suppose if I am writing a letter to my friend, so I will start it here. I am giving you a format. So I will imagine the address of my friend with examination hall, then comma, and after that the house number can be supposed by the room number. So imagine, so it is room number 26. Then we have the street or whatsoever the area, you can also say that ABC road. Again I am going to put up a comma over here. When I will complete the address by the name of this city, so I will write Karachi, and then make sure that you are putting up full stop over here. Then After leaving a line, you people will write what? Date. This is necessary. Okay. Then after writing date, we will write what? For example, I was saying that I am writing the letter to my friend, so I will write dear friend. And after writing this, I will start the body of the letter by saying or putting up some greetings or some enclosed message or main content. Okay, so I will tell you that which part of this. Okay, this will be called, this part will call as sender address. Okay, then this portion is the date and the words that I have written. Dear friend is come in the portion of salutation, and this one is the things that I am going to read and I am going to write in this paragraph is divided or having the part of main content or body of main content or body of letter. Now you are getting the distribution. Okay, after writing Karachi, we are leaving the line and then we are writing the date from Mesa, and then we are putting up the salutation or greeting. This includes to whom we are writing the letter we are going to mention over here. Let's suppose if I am writing the letter to my father, so I will write dear father over here. Okay, then I will start the main content that I have written, main content or body of the letter. Here I will write the main thing, the main question, the main topic over here, and then in the end I will say goodbye or your loving. I can also write your loving friend, and I can also write name over here. Then it's not necessary to put up the signature, but in the format it is mentioned that signature is required over here, so not necessary to mention it. So this is called, this part, the ending part, it can be called as ending of letter, ending of letter, or we can say that it has another name, and that is complementary close. Okay, so I'm going to revise it. Listen me very carefully, beta. While we are writing an informal kind of letter, when we are writing informal kind of letter, this kind of letter have how many part? 6 part. The first one is address, the first one is address, the second one is greeting or salutation. Both are correct. This part has 2 names, date and dear father is included in the part of salutation or greeting. Okay, then we have introduction paragraph where we are writing the line. Let's suppose if I am writing the letter to my friend and I am saying that I hope I am fine here by the grace of Allah, and I hope all you and your family is great over there. So it means I have started the introduction paragraph over here. Then the further thing that is mentioned in the question, about which, or the purpose of the letter, is mentioned in the which part of body of the letter, and this body of the letter can be named as main content. This body of the letter can be named as main content. Okay, then while I have written all the things, so I will end my letter by saying that your loving friend, or might be name can be written over here, and signature as well. So these three things are included in the ending of the letter, or it can be complimentary clause. It can be complimentary clause. So beta, it can be written as ending of letter. Okay, so it would be easy to learn, or it would be easy to memorize. So copy this format or these 6 components in your lecture copy, and I hope all of you have your lecture copy while you are taking this lecture. Okay, so try to copy it or have a snapshot of it. Then we are moving towards our second topic, and this is application writing. Before moving towards the next topic, I must assign some homework to you related to this informal kind of letter. So your homework related to informal letter. Okay, what's the question? Write a letter to your best friend to wish him on his or her birthday. Okay beta, now you have to write this letter, and the topic of your letter is write a letter to a best friend to wish him on his or her birthday. So the question I know that is raising in your mind, where we have to do the homework. Okay, since you haven't any kind of page in your study pack, but I'm guiding you that you are going to do this homework in your English fair notebook or English copy. Okay, where you are going to do your homework in your English copy. So what's the question? Write a letter to your best friend to wish him on his or her birthday. So this is your homework. Moving towards our next topic, this is application writing. These 2 questions bit are very much important, as if I take the from the point of view of your examination, this is very much important. Okay, now we are going to start a new topic, which is application writing. Okay, as you know that letters are printed and hard copy of messages. I like to take the example of the real life. when you are writing an application to your principal in your school, there are so many reasons while we are writing the application in our school. Sometimes you people are absent, so you have to write the application to your principal. Sometimes you have to make a request of anything. Let's suppose if you are making a request of enhancing the libraries resources, so you have to write or you have to tell your principal. So the application has some special or specific format that should be followed. Application to principal is also a formal document or letter. There is a proper format while we are writing an application. So today I am going to share that format with you, because students are getting a lot of confused in that. Okay, your lovely friend, no, there is no need to put up a comma over there, beta, and keep it in your mind while you are writing the informal kind of letter or formal kind of letter. Now according to modern format, all the things, all the components will come on which side? On left hand side. Okay, okay Sakina, I got it. Okay, then what you have to focus on that, the things, the punctuation that I have told you, these punctuations have marks in your examination. So it's really very necessary to keep memorize the format that I have told you. Now I am telling the format of application. This is also very necessary to remember, beta. Okay, so keep focusing on that. First of all, I have told you that consider this board as the page of your copy, and all the components of application will also come on the left hand side. So I will start with the, to whom I am writing, beta? I am writing to principal, so definitely I will mention the designation over here. If I am writing if I am writing to some other authority, let's suppose if I am writing the Department of Health Minister, so I will mention over there Education Minister or Health Minister. So I will mention the designation by mentioning that the Health Minister. Then I am writing to the head of the school, so I am mentioning over here what? The principal. Here we are supposing again that ABC school. I am not writing the name over here. Okay, so I am writing ABC school over here. You can also write the name of your school. Let's suppose if you want to write Metropolitan Academy over here, so it's better to write your school name, but I am telling you the format, so I am writing ABC school over here. Then the name of the city, so definitely Karachi, and after Karachi we will put up a full stop. Keep in your mind, beta, salutation, punctuation have marks over here. And after leaving a line, I will mention the subject. What I am going to mention? Subject. What is the meaning of subject over here? Subject is the purpose of writing the application, and this subject is mentioned in your question. Let's suppose if I am writing the application to the principal requesting him to enhance the library resources, so the subject will be to enhance the library resources. Okay, so after you can take the subject from where? From your question. Okay, then after writing the subject, you are going to leave a line, and after leaving the line, you are going to convey your purpose, your main reason, by starting in a very respective way, and you are going to write respected sir. What you are going to write, beta? Respected sir. Then, as I told you that you are the student, if you are writing the application, so you have to be very much humble in your words. So you are going to start with, you can use some other sentence, but I am giving you example over here. So I am writing that with due respect, because I am talking with the principal, with the head of the school. So that's why I am starting like this. So I am going to start my application with due respect. If I am writing the application on behalf of myself, so I will write, I am the student of class whatsoever my class. Let's suppose I am taking class 8. I am writing on, I am the student of class 8. If I am writing the application or making the request for myself, so I will write I over here. And if I am writing the application on behalf of my whole class, so I will write we, and I will change it, we are the students of class 8. And after mentioning this, I will write the main reason, the main purpose of this application, writing this application. Why I am writing this? Since I am giving you the example of enhancing the library resources, so I am going to mention that we are the student. If I am writing, let's suppose the example I am taking, that enhancing the library resources, so this would not be my personal request. It means I have to write from on behalf of my whole class. So I am going to write that what? On behalf of my whole class, I want to make a request. So in this way I can cover up the body of the application. Okay, so I have made the request, and I can say that introduction will cover this part, and the body or main content will be mentioned after the introduction. Okay, after the introduction. Then definitely after mentioning all my purpose of writing this application, I will end up my application. And beta, keep it in your mind, because ending is very much important, and all the components will come on the left hand side. Okay, so I'm going to mention over here, since you are students, so you should be obedient, and you are going to write what? Yours obediently. Okay, students are making a lot of mistakes while they are writing the spelling of obediently. So please memorize this spelling, yours obediently. And don't try to write yours like this. This is wrong. Okay, so the correct thing is that yours obediently. And XYZ is imaginary name, so you can mention or you can write it like this. As I have mentioned that if you are writing on yourself or your request, so you can mention the name over here. And if you are writing the application on behalf of whole class, so you are going to mention the class over here. Okay, so and one thing more, while student write these X, Y, Z, so they are used to of writing like this, X, Y and Z. This is absolutely wrong, beta. Don't try to write X, Y, Z like this. This is wrong. Try to write X, Y, Z like this, because we are supposing the name. Okay, then in the end, can you get it? Is it clear, beta? In the end we will mention what? Date, today's date on which we are writing the application. Okay, so in the end we will mention what? Date. Student, listen to me very carefully. While we are writing the informal kind of letter, so date was not mentioned in the end. I said you to write the date after writing Karachi, but in the application I am saying you to write the date at the end. So these are the things that you should remember. It's better to copy in your lecture. It's better to have a copied form in your lecture copy. It's really very helpful while you will prepare yourself for your examination. So keep copying it in your lecture copy. Okay, and after that I'm going to revise it very quickly. Have a look of it. First of all the components of application will come on the left hand side. You're going to start it with the principal, Then you will say A, B, C wrote. This is imaginary name of this school. You can also write over here the name of the school. It means you can also write Metropolitan Academy. Okay. Then Karachi, and while we are writing the Karachi, and after writing Karachi, we will put up what? Full stop. After leaving a line, you are going to write the subject. Subject is actually the topic that is given in your question or the purpose of writing the application. Then you are going to mention in a very humble way the designation to whom you are writing the application. So you will write the respected sir. Then start your application with a very humble word. So you are going to write with due respect, or it is informed you that we are, if you are writing on behalf of the whole class, so you are going to write we are the students of, or if you are writing for your personal issues, so you will write I am the students of. Then in the body of the application, you are going to mention all the things or the details or the purpose that for that you are writing the application. And we are moving towards the ending. So after that we will end the application by saying that yours obediently, since you're a student, so you should be obedient, as I was mentioned that. So XYZ, and in place of XYZ you can mention your name if you are writing for your personal issues, and if you are writing for your class, so you will mention the class over here. Then it is necessary to mention at the end the date on which you are writing this application. So I hope all of you have got it and will complete your homework according to the given pattern. Now I am going to give you homework. Beta, I am continuously guiding you that you have to do your homework in your English Fair notebook, and your homework is regarding your this topic, which is application writing. What's your homework? Your homework is write an application to your principal requesting him to enhance the library resources. Okay, this is your homework. No, you have to do it your copy, beta, your fair notebook. Okay, yes, I have already mentioned you that, beta, these two things are your homework, and it's really good to listen or to read that you people remember my all words. That's really good. So I hope that you will do your homework, since Umar is saying that I have remembered your words. Take my homework seriously, okay? And I hope you will take it seriously. So write an application to your principal requesting him to enhance the library resources. This is your homework. Two of the things are given as your homework. The first one is the informal letter, where you are going to wish your best friend on his or her birthday, and this is application. Write an application to your principal requesting him to enhance the library resources. If you have any kind of problem that where you have to do this homework, so I am continuously guiding you that beta, these two things should be written in your English fair notebook when you will submit your homework on 26. So I'm going to check it that what you have that you have written this homework or you did it or not. Okay, so and in the next topic we are going to cover essay writing. So inshallah in the next lecture we are going to cover that essay writing. Before that I'm going to give you a little bit introduction of the essay writing. So while we are writing the essay, there are four types or four main kind of essays. So have a go through with the topic of essay writing. So I'll ask question from you that what you have did in your preparation of that. Now we are going to share, or I am going to ask that in which kind of letter you are saying that it is so much difficult or you consider it's difficult. Informal kind of letter is easy or application is easy? Yes, Atiba, you have to do it in your copy. And which kind of letter you are facing the problems, in informal or formal? Okay, so I hope that by getting these format it would be really very easy to write the letter. And better keep it in your mind, the format, the learning of format application. Okay, all of you are saying that we are facing a lot of problem in application. If you will learn this format, so it would be easy to write down the body of the application. Okay, so try to memorize, try to write it, and keep this format safe in your lecture copy. It would help you a lot in your examination. Okay, so these two topics are very much important as well in your language subject. Okay, so the unit is getting over. So from my side, Allah Hafiz, do good care of yourself. Okay.
Hello students, can you hear me all? Am I audible? This is me, Miss Bisma Iqbal, and I am here to give you lecture in computer. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing well. I welcome you all to the e-learning session of computer science. E-learning session of computer science. What we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss chapter number 9. It is about applications of computer. So we will discuss chapter number 9 as we discuss this chapter in class as well, but now we are doing the revision. If you have any queries, so you can ask. I will explain you as side by side. Let us proceed with the first slide. What is industrial revolution? What do you know about industrial revolution? Any idea? What is industrial revolution? Any idea you guys have about industrial revolution? The change. The revolution means the change. The change according to the time period in modern history, the process of change from an handicraft economy to one dominated by industry and machine manufacturing. This process began in Britain in the 18th century, and from there it is spread into the other parts of the world. It means the process of industrial revolution was began in Britain. In 18th century it was began, and later the process was the process of industrial revolution was spread to the other parts of the world. Industrial revolution means in factories or in companies the man are working, but in industrial revolution the man are replaced by technology. The man are replaced by technology, so it is industrial revolution. It means the work is done by the machine rather than man. So this revolution was take place in 18th century in Britain. Later it was spread to all over the world. It was very quick change or quick evaluation into the world. The process of changing from handicraft economy, or the process of changing from manual work to the technological work, or to the technology work, or to the machine work, this is industrial revolution. This revolution was made in industries to make the work easy. Any question you want to guys ask about industrial revolution? Or let us proceed with information revolution. Information revolution, it is known from the name, it is about information. Information revolution is a period of change that might prove as significant to the lives of people. Computer technology is at the root change of this change, and continuing advancement in that technology seems to ensure that this revolution would touch the lives of the people. It means the change is basically depending upon the technology. The change is basically about the creative ideas. First, it was known that if any country have more industries or more manpower, so it means it is superior. But later on, it was known that if a country is not well sufficient in resources, but the country have the youth that have information about the world and technology, so they are more superior than those who have industry or lot of machine or mechanical work. So it means that information is really necessary about the technology as well to survive in this competent world. As you all know that in hospitals, automated surgeries are done. Automated surgeries are done by the help of machine. Okay, I am repeating information revolution again. Information revolution, what is basically information revolution? The change in people mindset, that before the people think that the countries who have more industries and manpower, they are more superior, they are more wealthier, but now they realize the countries that youth are more educated and they have more information about technology, so it means they are more superior and they are more competent in this modern world. A computer technology is the root of this change. The advancement in computer is the root of this change. Then let us proceed with CAD. We are here considering a car manufacturing industry. So these two software that we are going to read are using in this car manufacturing industry. We are considering here a car manufacturing industry, that how a CAD software can be applied or can be used in this industry. CAD, it is abbreviated as computer aided design. CAD, it is abbreviated as computer aided design. CAD technology for design and technical documentation, which replaces manual drafting with an automated process. What is automated? Automated means the process that is done without human involvement. The process that is done without human involvement. It means in this process the humans are not involved. It means in this process the humans are not involved. It means in this process the work is done by the machine. Are you getting my point? The work is done by the machine rather than human. This is automation. So in CAD, in car manufacturing industry, we are discussing that for designing a car outlook, CAD software is used. CAD software is used to make 2D or 3D designs. You know that for manufacturing a car, we need to specify the outlook, that how the car will look like after its manufacturing. So this software CAD, computer aided design, help us that how we can draft the car outlook, right? Any problem regarding CAD? Then we have CAM. CAM is abbreviated as computer aided manufacturing. Here as I mentioned before, that we are discussing in car manufacturing industry where these two software are used. CAM is computer aided manufacturing. It is the use of software and computer controlled machinery to automate a manufacturing process. It means the whole manufacturing is done by this software. It means the human are not involved in this process. It means the machine is helping in the car manufacturing. The process is done by the machine rather than the human beings. Any problem regarding CAM, computer aided manufacturing? Alishwa is asking about CAD. Alishwa, CAD is computer aided design. CAD is computer aided design. We are discussing that in car manufacturing industry, two software are used. First is CAD and second one is CAM. CAD is used for designing purpose. We can design the cars 2D or 3D designs, we don't have to do the designing manually on paper. It is done by the machine. The human are not involved in this process. So this process is entirely done on machine. Now is it clear? I hope, Alishba, your answer is given to you. Let us proceed with database. We have discussed the CAD and CAM above, the two software that are used in car manufacturing process. CAM is basically helping in manufacturing process of car, while CAD is helping in the designing process of car. In both process, the human beings are not involved. All the work is done by the help of machine. Let us proceed with database. What is database? A database is an organized collection of data, a structured set of data held in computer, especially one that is accessible in various ways. What does it mean? Firstly, what is data? Data is the collection of fact and figures. But when we are talking about database, it is the organized collection of data. The data can be in the raw form, or the data can be in the organized form. The data can be in raw form, or the data can be in organized form. When the data is in organized form, so it is the database, right? Are you getting my point? When the information is in organized form, when the information is in systematic form, it is database. A structured form, that all the things are in the systematic way. For example, your attendance sheet. As you all know that in school, we are taking your attendance on the register. It is very systematic process. We are marking your attendance on the daily basis. If we will not mark your attendance on the daily basis, so would we ever know that how many days you were present and how many days you were absent? No, we can't find it out. We can't know that how many days you were attending school and how many days you were not attending school. So it is the systematic process that we are taking your attendance, or that we are marking your attendance. So it is an organized collection of data. We are organizing this thing. But a database as we are discussing data. What is data? Data is the collection of fact and figures. Data can be in raw form, data can be in organized form, or in unorganized form. It is not necessary that every time data is in organized form. But when the data is organized, or when the data is in the systematic form, so it is database, right? When the data is organized, so it is known as database. The structured form of data is known as database. Are you getting? Okay, the database management system. Database management system allows a person to organize, store and retrieve data from computer. It is saying that the database management, it is managed by a person or a group of personals to organize, store and retrieve data from computer. Now a person can organize the data, store the data, or retrieve the data from the computer. Database management can also describe the data storage, operations and security practices of database administrator through the life cycle of the data. In database management, a person is organizing a data. When the data is organized by a person, so it is database management system. When the data is organized by person or the group of personals. So it is database management. Are you getting my point? Should we continue? So there are the types of database system. There are 4 types of database system. We will discuss the 4 types one by one. The first one is transaction processing system, TPS. The second one is management information system, known as MIS. The third one is the decision support system, known as DSS. The fourth one is the expert system, that is known as ES. We will discuss the types of database system one by one, and we will see that how they are different from one another. The first one is transaction processing system. The word transaction is used, it means it is something interlinked with transaction. A transaction processing system is a set of information which process the data transaction in the database system that monitor transaction programs. It means the information that process transaction in database system that monitors all your transactions. The transaction processing system provides an execution environment that ensures the integrity, availability and security of data. As we discussed in class, what is integrity? The data which is complete, sensible and accurate have integrity. The data which is complete, sensible and accurate have integrity. So, the data should be complete, sensible and always accurate. Availability, the data should be available. And security, the data should be protected from viruses, from hacking and from phishing. They also ensure fast response time and high transaction output. It means in this system, they are responding fast and they are giving high transaction output. This is the simplest type of database system that is used by the employees. I am saying that the transaction processing system is used by the employees. And why employees are using this system? They are using this system to perform the routine tasks. What are their routine tasks? Like filling out the customer order, preparing the customer bills, calculating the employees' salaries, preparing and maintaining the record of all these activities. They use transaction processing system. I am repeating again from transaction processing system that it is the simplest type of database system that is used by the employees. Why employees are using this system? They are using this system to do their routine tasks. They are using this system for calculating salaries, for taking customer order and for preparing their bills. So they are using this system for these common purposes. Now, clear? Let us move forward. Should I proceed? Let us proceed with Management Information System, MIS. MIS, it is the short form of Management Information System. It is a computer system consisting of hardware and software that serve as the backbone of an organization. It means it is the very much important database system. And MIS gathers data from multiple online systems. It is gathering data from multiple sources, from multiple systems, and analyzes the information, and then the data is analyzed, the information is analyzed, and reports the data to aid in management decision making. It means this type of database system is used by management. First one was used, as we were discussing, that the transaction processing system was used by employees, but now we are saying that the main key difference is the management information system is used by the management, or you may say used by the manager. Why the manager is using this system? He is using this system to gather the data from multiple sources. It means the data is gathered from the multiple ways, and then the data is analyzed, and then the data is organized, and then the decision is made according to the data. For example, if a company is selling a pencil for rupees 10, but the company wants to increase its price, so the company will check the management information system, that how they will increase price. If they will increase price, so the people will buy the pencil or not. So this decision is taken by management information system. Is that clear? I am repeating, management information system. This system is used by managers. It is used to gather data from multiple sources. When the data is gathered, the manager analyzed the data and made the report or made the decision. After analyzing the data, the manager made the report or result. That result is used in decision making. It means when the company wants to increase the price of the pen, so they will ask the manager to show the management information system report. After seeing that report, the company will increase the price or the company will stay the price as the same before. Right? Shall us proceed? The third one is decision support system. As it is known by the name decision, it is a program that is used to support determinations, judgments and course of action in an organization or business. It shifts through an analysis massive amount of data, compiling comprehensive information that can be used to solve problems. It means this type of database system is used to solve the problems. It means this type of database system not only processes the information system, this type of database, it means the decision support system is not only process the information, but they are making the decisions. A manager might need to decide the price of a new product, that the price should be 10 rupees or 12 rupees. So what will he do? The manager will have the DSS feature, means the decision support feature. So the manager will take help from decision support system. So this system will tell if the company, so the manager will use this system, that whether he should increase the price of the product or whether he should decrease the price of the product. Whether he increase the price, so the people will buy this product or not. Whether that he decrease the price, the product will be used more or not. So in this system, the decisions are made. In this system, the decisions are made. But in decision support system, as I am saying, that manager is using this system to make decisions. For example, a manager wants to increase the price of product. So what will he do? He will simply use decision support system. He will simply see the report that if the price of a pen will be rupees 15, so how many people are buying it, and when I will increase the price of pen from 15 to 20, so how many people will buy or how many people will not buy. So the decision is taken on this system. The next one is the expert system. Expert system is a computer system emulating the decision making ability of a human expert. Expert systems are designed to solve complex problems by reasoning. Through bodies of knowledge, it is used to solve the complex problems. As it is known by the name that it is expert. What do you mean by expert? Expert means it has some expertise. It means it has some expertise. Expertise, it means the system is expert, the system is efficient. In this system, it is used to solve the difficult problems. It is used to solve the difficult problems. It is used to solve the complex problems. It is not used for the general problems. It is used for the difficult problems. And this is the most advanced type of database system. This database system is very advanced type. So the primary difference between the above, the decision support system and the expert system, is that the decision support system is not that much expert, but the expert system is the efficient and the most advanced type of database system. So if in exam I will ask question, what is the most advanced, if I will ask you in exam that, what is the most advanced type of database system in database system types, so your answer will be the expert system. That in all the types of database system, expert system is the most advanced one and it can solve the most difficult problems. Are you getting my point? So let us proceed with paperless office. Paperless office, as it is known by the name that paperless office, as it is very obvious by the name that paperless, it means the paper is missing in this office. Yes, Amna, you are right. Expert system is most advanced and used for solving difficult problems. Yes, you are right. Very good. We are talking about paperless office. As you all know that it is known from the name that in this office the paper will not be used, or the paper will used at the less priority. It means paper will not be used, paper will completely denied, but it is the possibility that the paper will use at the minimal scale. Okay? A paperless office is also called paper free office. It is a work environment which uses minimal physical paper and instead uses primarily digital documents. So when we are not using paper, so how we can, so when we are not using paper, so how we can store the documents? When we are not using paper, so how can we store the documents? Hurry up, tell me. Tell me, if we are not using paper, so how can we store the documents? How can we store the information? We can store this information in the documents. We can store this information in the documents, or we can store this information in the folders, or we can store this information in the files. So it means we are not using paper for the work, we are using computer, we are using files, we are using folders to store the data. A paperless office employs a worker who has eliminated or greatly reduced the use of paper. So it means that the employees are not using paper, they have reduced the use of paper or completely eliminate the use of paper. In their offices, generally they are using computers. Generally they are using computers for storing their data, right? Let us proceed with advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of paperless office: it is easy to access the data. The data can be accessed easily. We can easily search the data. We can, if I say that found chapter number 9 heading paperless office in your book, so you will take some time to find. But when it is stored, when the book is stored in computer, I will write in search box that chapter number 9 applications of computer, so it will automatically give me the result, right? Are you getting my point? The data processing is easy. The data processing is easy in paperless office. Reduce daily data storage and supply cost. Reduce the cost of paper. We are not investing on paper, we are not buying paper. Easiest transfer of information. You can share information very easily. We can share emails very easily, and within seconds we can share the data. It requires no cost, it requires no time. We can protect the environment as well. We can protect our environment, we can protect our trees if we are using paperless office. You all know that paper is made from trees. We are cutting trees for the sake of paper. But when we are using paperless office, when we are using computer instead of paper, so the trees can be protected. Are you getting my point? Disadvantages of paperless office. Security risk and viruses. You know that in computer there is security risk. Your data can be hacked. Your data can be corrupt by the virus. Initial cost. It means that you have to invest heavy amount for establishing a paperless office. Software maintenance. You have to maintain the software, so it requires money. Human inaccuracy. It means if you will make mistake, so the work will be incorrect. Legal and compliance issues. The legal issues can also be made. Okay guys, we will end this class here. We will continue this class inshallah next week, and we will continue from chapter number 9. So take care of yourself. Ramzan Mubarak. Take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.